Hi everyone, welcome, happy December 1st, first day of my Advent videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're feeling good and that you're enjoying the festive season. And we're going to start off with a nice 10-minute warm-up, warming up our bodies today, a nice gentle movement to calm our minds a bit in this busy period. So when you're ready, all you need is some space, maybe a mat or a towel if you have one. You can do this in your pajamas, whatever you're comfortable in. But we're going to start in a cross-legged position, sitting up nice and tall, with your shoulders down away from your ears. We're just going to start with some deep breaths. You can close your eyes for this one. You can have your hands on your knees if that feels good for you. You're just going to take an inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, release your breath through your mouth. Inhale, exhale, releasing any tension, any stress in our bodies on every exhale. Clearing our minds, leaving anything that we might be stressing about or focusing on, leaving it behind us for this 10-minute nice warm-up. Nice gentle breaths. Nice deep breaths. Melting into that mat on every exhale. When you're ready, slowly opening your eyes if you had them closed. We'll take our hands onto our shoulders and we'll draw a big circle back with those elbows, releasing any tension through the upper back, through the shoulders, opening up the chest. Using the exhale to circle out through the shoulder joints. Reversing the direction of those circles. As you exhale, circle the elbows forward. And as you inhale, press them back. Really good. We're just here for another 3. Last 2. Last 1. Really good. We'll have our hands back to our knees and we'll circle out our head, warming up the neck. Half circle or a full circle, nice and slow if that feels good for your neck. Ensuring that you've changed direction to release through all parts of your neck. Releasing any tension that we might have built up today. Just for another 3. Last 2. Last 1. Amazing. We'll look forwards now. And as you inhale, we'll reach our arms up, pointing the fingertips to the sky, Shoulders stay down away from the ears. We'll take an exhale as we reach over to one side, pressing your hips into that mat to really release through the upper back and the core. Take one inhale and exhale deep and further into that stretch before inhaling to lift. Shoulders stay relaxed. Exhale over to the other side. Pressing those hips into the mat. Take an inhale and exhale deep and into that stretch before inhaling to lift back up. This time we'll take that exhale as we twist from our rib cage, arms straighten out to the sides. As you twist, exhale. Take an inhale and exhale, deepen into that twist. Before we inhale, lift back up. Exhale over to the other side. Keeping the chest nice and open, inhale. And as you exhale, twist even more. Inhale, slowly lifting the arms. Exhale, slowly lower the hands behind you. We'll take our feet nice and wide now, planting them into the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll drop the knees over to one side as much as you can whilst keeping the hips pressing down into that mat. Your arms can stay by your sides for a bit of support, or they can be at your chest for more of a challenge. Nice deep breaths as you gently move to the other side, pressing those sitting bones of our pelvis into the mat, releasing any tension through those hips, moving at your own pace, ensuring the feet stay wide to give your knees enough space to drop nice and low. On every exhale, imagine those hips melting into the mat. We'll just go for one more on each side. One last rotation over. Nice deep breaths. Before slowly lifting back up. We'll keep the feet planted into the mat, but we'll shuffle the feet back to lift the hips off the mat, finding this yogi squat. If you find that you can't lower your heels, try widening out your feet a little bit so that your elbows can press into your knees and you imagine that string pulling your head up to the sky. Nice deep breaths. Feeling the release through the inner thighs as you push into those knees. If you want, you can take a gentle rock side to side by pressing the elbow into one knee, releasing the other, and then alternating sides. Warming up through those inner thighs, through those hips. If you want to add in that rotation, you're keeping both knees pointing out, and as you exhale, you're reaching one hand up, pressing the opposite elbow into that knee, opening up through the chest. And as you inhale, lower that hand back down. Press that elbow into that knee before exhaling, finding that rotation. If that doesn't feel good for you, just stick with that hold of that yogi squat. We'll just do one more rotation on each side, feeling the upper back engage and warm up. Last reach up. And then slowly lowering the hands down. We'll turn over to point towards the mat. Finding a 4-point kneel with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. From there, we'll take a cat-cow. As you inhale, eye gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. And as you exhale, push into your hands to round through the upper back, Belly button draws into your spine. Inhale to slowly lift. Exhale to draw in that core, push into those hands. Moving through that at your own pace. Warming up through the spine. If it feels good for you, the next time you round through that spine, you can circle your hips. Keeping them still as you inhale, lift. We're just here for another 3. Last 2. Last 1. Amazing job. Finding that neutral position with your spine now in between that cat and that cow. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Pushing into the fingers to stay lifted through the chest. We'll take an inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen the left arm, lifting it up. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. Warming up through those shoulders. Keeping the rest of the body as still as you can. Belly button draws into your spine as you exhale, lift. If your body allows it, you can try lifting the opposite leg with that left leg, that right arm lifts. And as you inhale, lower back down. Exhale, right arm, left leg lengthens. Inhale, lower. Ensuring that when we lift that leg, you're not sinking through the lower back, but you stay lifted from the core, pushing into those right fingers to stay lifted through the chest. Really good. Starting to warm up through those glutes, through the upper body, and through the core. We're just here for another 10. Nice deep breaths. Just for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Amazing job. Stepping the knees out nice and wide, walking the hands forward. We'll sit back in that child's pose, releasing any tension through the upper back. Nice deep breaths as you exhale, melt into that mat. When you're ready, slowly coming back up, finding a seated position. That is your 10-minute warm-up done. Thank you so much for joining me. So happy to have you, and you did amazing. I hope your bodies are feeling nice and awake now, ready for the day ahead or to wind down for the evening. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for another workout video, and yes, see you soon. Let me know what else you would like to see this month. Thank you so much.